Definitely appreciate it.
So speaking of your book,
Okay, here we go.
let's get into it. So your book, The Cultcha's Creative.
There you go.
It dropped the first of the year.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it and how it came about.
The book was a project that was 2.5 years in the making. Originally, it was supposed to be done last year, but it just took so much time. Like I didn't want to rush it, so I didn't finish all of the tracks shooting wise until maybe September. Yeah, maybe September.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I started to put into production. Had to go find a good place to get it produced, and then putting everything together. Just took time. Not gonna lie. Yeah, 2.5 years worth of work in a book, and working on the deluxe version now. It was just a blessing. It was an artistic blessing that I cannot complain about.
So the title, The Cultcha's Creative, how'd you come up with it?
The Cultcha's Creative. If you hear how I talk, then I don't adjust. Whenever you read it, it's like you're talking to me, basically, pretty much.
Oh.
Yeah. So a lot of the like saying "fa" or "ta" or "cultcha," I'm not saying culture. I'm not flipping a switch to type correctly, or talk correctly. So you're pretty much getting like the rawest form of me, along with the images. So everything was shot on film, different film stocks. And yeah, just that's how the title came about.
That's so dope. So what made you spell? Oh, well, you said because that's how you talk. Cultcha.
Yeah, so the Cultcha's Creative. So if you hear it,
right?
You know what I'm saying? It's just I'm not changing any words. I'm not autocorrecting, pretty much.
Okay, because I read on your page, your website where you bought the book, the description of it. It's like you said in the way that you would talk.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder why he did this, but now that makes sense.
There's a page in there that's called enunciation. So it literally like explains why.
Oh wow! Yeah. I need you to release some more so I can get me one.
I got you.
Okay. So what were some of the obstacles that you faced when getting this book out and in production and release? Like,
pretty much just time. Like getting everybody's schedules together, being too nervous to actually like go out and execute, sleeping on a lot of concepts. What I do a lot is I'll sleep on a concept, and if I don't get the same reaction, like either the next day or 3 days down the line or a week down the line, I don't get the same reaction, I gotta change it.
Really?
Gotta change it.
Like reaction from who, yourself or others?
Yeah, just myself. Cause like if I show it to anybody on the outside, it's like, oh, it's dope, that's cool, oh, let's shoot it. And like to myself, I'm like, all right, this is cool, this is fire, let me sleep on it.
But if you don't feel it, then you're just like, I don't want to go through with it. Okay. I can see that because it's like, yeah, when other people enjoy your art and they like it, it's like, yeah, okay. But if you don't really feel it, then it's not the same. Right,
for sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna switch this topic a little bit. Okay. But no, wait, before I switch, tell them like where they could get the book or like.
The book is shoot, it's sold out now. The book
sold out. Yeah.
Stop. The book sold out in a week. After I dropped it on the 1st, I pretty much hustled. I was,
oh my god!
Like, telling people, sending messages out, So I sold 30 books in a week. So that was cool. But I secretly, I can say it now, I secretly did a test sale of 10 of the original samples. So like the original samples was my first time seeing the book as well. So yeah, I sold 10 of those. And then once I readjusted everything, and got everything reset color-wise, I sold the mass production, the mass production. So that's the ones that sold out in a week. Basically, so yeah, it was but they're on my website. The link is in the bio. For right now, it's gonna say sold out. Restock is soon. I can't.
It's okay. Y'all just stay tuned. Y'all gotta follow him on Instagram to know.
I do not know when the restock is coming, but it is soon. It is soon.
Okay. Period. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and switch it up a little bit. So I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about, media. You spoke a little bit about it earlier, and like preserving media and how people that are content creators, they're creative, but it's different when you're doing like photography or you're an artist or you paint or something like that.
Right.
So media is almost always like found or shared digitally, and you just release like a hard copy book, like a physical book.
Right.
How important is physical media to you?
Physical media is definitely important because it's something to pass down generations.
Right.
Yes. Imagine like your grandmother hands you a ring that's been passed down for 5-6 generations.
Right.
From the 1800s. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's crazy.
As long as it's well taken care of, it's not gonna be, it's not gonna be damaged. It's not gonna be lost.
Right.
But when it comes to digital, it's a lot of things going on with the internet.
Yeah.
And online and everything with technology. Like, if technology goes out tomorrow, the book is still going to be here.
Right.
So that's pretty much the biggest thing. I tell everybody, or I tell creatives that are very passionate about what they do, to print their work. So you can have something physically that you can see, that you can study yourself, you know what I'm saying, and that you can just admire. And that you can pass down to people behind you, and give.
That's true.
And give someone something to look at, for sure.
I always think about that. Like, everybody, it's so like, we got streaming services, movies on the streaming services, the music on the streaming services.
Right.
Like, nobody's releasing CDs anymore. Like, if we were just Wi-Fi was just to die forever. Like, how would we have those things? Yeah.
Right, how we move. My grandmother still has like her collection of DVDs.
That's so real.
So like the stack of DVDs, and we still got VCR tapes and everything like that. Whenever I get my house, I do plan on buying a VCR and buying a DVD player to just keep that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to keep that going. So. Yeah.
Exactly. You gotta keep it alive.
You know
it
what
starts
I'm
with you.
For sure.
With you. So what would you say, what forms of media influence your photography?
What forms of media? I would say painting, for sure. Yeah, really painting. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was studying Renaissance artists, just the colors, the angles, the shadows, I like to call them the very first photographers, honestly.
Wow.
Quote unquote photographers. Because they were
capturing those moments.
Exactly, and they were drawing, like, the landscapes were pretty much drawn from a box with a pinhole in it. So a box with a hole in it that would pretty much display the image on a wall or on something, pretty much. So a light box, that's what it was called. Yeah.
Wow.
Where they would see like the landscape and everything, and then pretty much just draw then paint what they saw, pretty much, and it would just capture an image stopped in time.
Wow, that's really cool. We really was doing your research.
A little something.
Cause like, you wouldn't think that they were doing all that. I would have thought that they just set up and they were like in front of the area and they were just like, yeah, this is nice to paint, or they just came up with the idea in their head and were like, yeah, I'm gonna just create that. But it was a lot deeper and a lot more to it.
Sometimes they would do that when they were doing portraits. Like, the couple would have to sit there for hours, and then so they would have to sit there for hours.
I hear that a lot about the like royal paintings and how like they'd be like, yeah, this was like a 16-hour painting. They had to sit there. I was like, 16 hours?
Yeah, 16 hours. They would just sit there. Sit there and paint, for sure.
No, that's insane.
Very.
That's crazy. They were so dedicated. Like, the love and passion was real.
Right.
Okay. So, how important is it to you to collaborate with other creatives?
I think it is very important to collaborate with others, to keep the energy going, to keep the creative juices flowing as well. Of course, it's cool to work solo, but you never know what you can create with other people.
Right.
It's the same thing with experimenting. You know, if you create with somebody else's viewpoint is entirely different from yours.
Yeah.
So you never know what they could bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think that it is important. Yes, a lot of people are very stingy about collaborating as well.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, they do not be wanting to collaborate.
They're very stingy about collaborating as well. You know, and I mean, I understand it, but I don't think it's that deep either.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing wrong with creating art with somebody else.
Yeah,
You know?
I feel like a lot of people focus on collaborating up. They want to collaborate with somebody that's doing better than them and
Right.
has more followers than them.
Right.
But I know Issa Rae, she preaches like collaborate with
Right.
people that you have classes with, you go to school with, your neighbors, like
Right.
when you collaborate across, you both go up
Right,
together.
for
So
sure.
I feel like that's very important also.
For sure. I've done plenty of work with people that don't have as many followers as me or not as known, and it goes up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they've gotten business from working together with myself and I, you know. I'll say this real quick. I went back home and did a brand shoot with a homie of mine. And she stays back home. Back home is not really a big area. Brunswick, Georgia is not really that.
Yeah, no.
You know, it's not
Right.
that crazy. But it's a beautiful place. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to just like being around culture. So we went to my old high school and shot inside the gym, and it was real dope.
Wow.
Real dope joint. So we shot inside of an old gym using my homie's brand. We put the jacket on and just pretty much shot everywhere. Shot that on film. And luckily she was free, you know?
Yeah.
So I gave her that opportunity and everything, and like now she's like the profile pic of the brand page.
Wow.
So it was really cool to see that happen. And the pictures went up over 1,000 likes and still continuously going.
That's so
always
cool.
great. Yeah.
Aw, that's so good. You know, that's a heartfelt story.
For sure.
Yeah. So okay, we're getting to the end here. We're wrapping up a little bit. It's been a great interview, by the way. You know, this has been really good. You've been really giving us some good answers.
I appreciate the privilege.
So, what is, besides your camera, what is something that you can't shoot without?
Something I cannot shoot without. That's tough.
Right?
That's a very tough one. Shoot, without, I can't say my camera. I don't know. I really don't.
Isn't like, cause I know some people say like their speaker. Some people are like, well, I need something like.
Okay. Something I can't shoot without. If I'm locked in, if it's like a locked in shoot that I've been planning for, my bucket hat.
Really?
My bucket hat.
Why would you say that?
Bucket hat, it just kind of keeps me, it's like a thinking cap, keeps me sane.
Wow.
You know, and it's my original bucket that I usually wear is the last one I had gotten from my job that I used to work. I haven't worked a job in about 5 years.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
So is it a different one every time? Like you have like a certain bucket hat that you like to shoot with over others, or whatever goes with the fit for the day?
Not really. I pretty much just wear the same one.
Okay.
I pick up a few bucket hats here and there, but I usually shoot with the same one. It's a Sea Island bucket hat that I got back in 2019 before going full time as a creative.
Wow. How has that been? Like you said you haven't worked in like 4 years. Like that's so cool. Like that's every creator's dream to just like, I don't have to work a corporate job or for anybody else. I can work for myself doing what I love.
Right. It's been trialing. You know, it's trials and
for
tribulations,
sure.
Of course. It's not perfect. There's a lot of things to learn, a lot of things you have to learn how to do correctly. For sure. That's the best thing I could tell people that want to go full time. Make sure you got money saved up, and then just trust yourself. Take the risk, you know, but make sure you're doing everything correctly. Ask questions.
Right.
Because that's definitely important. And then just build a network.
Okay.
Build a network and stay outside the box. That's the biggest thing. Originality is probably the biggest thing that I keep in the forefront of my creativity, is to stay outside the box. It's cool to take reference from, but do not recreate.
Wow.
For sure.
That was gonna be my last question. Like, what do you have to say? I was gonna say, do you have anything you would like to say to up and coming photographers or like creators on the same journey as you? But I feel like you summed it up. Like, stay creative, think outside the box.
Yeah.
Like, stay outside the box. Like you said, when a concept doesn't work out for you, okay, let's do the next one.
Right. So yeah, stay outside the box, stay original, and yeah, just aim to inspire. The goal is not to make money. You know,
right.
money is gonna come. You know, just have faith and everything like that. Have faith in yourself. Trust yourself.
Right.
Take the risk. Experiment in originality.
Yeah.
If I had to put everything into 3 words, I would say be versatile, be original, and then be experimental as well.
Okay.
You know, and those 3 things are pretty much take it to the top.
Let me write that down. Yep. Make sure y'all taking notes.
If you look at all the greats, all of them did, if not all 3, one of the 3.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's so good. Well, thank you so much, Quality, for coming out and talking to us and letting me interview you. You were great. Like, make sure y'all check out his Instagram and his art. Let them know where they can find you.
You can find me at No, I'm not good at outros. You can find me at QualityLenz, LENZ, Quality LENZ. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have any other pages. People ask me if I do. I
it's
really
just
don't.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay.
Instagram, Facebook. I don't have a Twitter anymore.
That's okay.
Yeah, Twitter's been a little wild.
Yeah, it is.
So Facebook, IG is where you can find me. And yeah.
Make sure y'all check him out and make sure you check us out on Instagram and TikTok. It's somewhere like down there,
Please
like it always is.
They're great. This
Please,
is great.
yes, thank you so much.
Nah, dope what y'all are doing.
I just wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Your photography is so amazing, and I pray that you continue to do well and strive and make great work.
Likewise, this is great. What y'all got? Are we still recording?
Yes, it is.
This is great what they have going on here. You know, something for creatives. If you're a creative, please reach out. If they don't, reach out to you first. But yeah, there's nothing like this going on. You know what I'm saying? At least not of this stature.
Oh, thank you so much.
There's a lot of podcasts, but not everybody's doing conversations with creatives. See what I did there?
Period. Yes. Okay, y'all. Please tune in and for our next episode, for our next creatives. And remember that I love you, Jesus loves you, and stay creative.
Hallelujah.